Private prosecution lawyer Lorna Kapunan says Vice President Sara Duterte's failure to liquidate confidential funds shows it's a scam. Vice President Sara Duterte's defense team says there is no rule barring confidential funds from being spent within 11 days. Senator Loren Legarda skips Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial for the second time. Teachers groups call out President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. for the still unfulfilled promise of laptops. And Filipina tennis star Alex Eala claims her first ever WTA Tour title in the Washington Open. Private prosecution lawyer Lorna Kapunan says Vice President Sara Duterte's alleged misuse of confidential funds was a scam. On Tuesday, August 4, day 12 of Duterte's impeachment trial, Kapunan asks prosecution witness State Auditor Roderick Wamil whether Duterte's failure to liquidate a bulk of her office's confidential funds was face value evidence that she had used it for personal benefit.
Your Honor, please, ang tawag ko lang doon, hindi prima facie evidence. Kung akong tatanungin, scam ito.
Move to strike,
No
Your
further
Honor.
questions.
Move to strike. That is out of order, Your Honor.
No further questions, Your Honor.
So stricken,
Move to strike.
So stricken from the record.
The exchange is one of the highlights of Kapunan's direct examination of Wamil on the article of impeachment on alleged misuse of confidential funds. Kapunan is a seasoned lawyer. A decade ago, she briefly represented pork barrel scam conspirator Janet Lim Napoles. Her chops are on full display in Tuesday's hearing. She injects levity as she leads her witness to drive home her points, playing to both the legal and public audiences. Although stricken off the official record, her scam statement has made the headlines.
Pero binubudol tayo. Ang daming mga pangalan. Piatos, Mary Grace Piatos, si Andy Lim, si Pikit, at marami pang magkakaroon na other names.
Vice President Sara Duterte's defense team says there is no rule that bars confidential funds from being spent within 11 days. The defense's cross-examination of witness Roderick Wamil, a state auditor, centers on the COA's Joint Circular No. 2015-01 that governs the auditing of confidential and intelligence funds. Defense lawyer Michael Poa asks Wamil if there is a specific provision in the circular that bars the usage of confidential funds within a certain number of days.
Meron po ba nagbabawal na gamitin ito in 11 days?
Wala din po. Kaya hindi po namin sinama sa findings namin yung 11 days na disbursement.
Poa then affirms during a press conference that the witness confirmed the 11-day disbursement was not in the COA's findings. The lawyer also asks Wamil about the nature of the Commission on Audit's findings on Duterte's confidential funds, which he then says were only preliminary. Senator Loren Legarda skips the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte for the second time on Tuesday, August 4, 2026. This after the Office of the Ombudsman announced pending plunder and graft complaints against her and her son, Batangas 1st District Representative Leandro Leviste. The complaints are related to Leviste's solar energy projects. Rappler asked Legarda's office why the senator has been absent but has yet to receive a reply as of posting. Legarda denies the accusations, saying they were utterly baseless and no public funds were involved, and adds she is prepared to bring out the truth. She adds, quote, "We remain confident that once the facts are laid bare, we will be vindicated and our names cleared." Legarda's attendance at the next Senate session and impeachment trial remains unclear amid the controversy. Teachers groups call out President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. for the still unfulfilled promise of laptops. Instead, they received lapel microphones. Marcos promised the delivery of laptops to every public school teacher during his 2025 State of the Nation address. The Alliance of Concerned Teachers and the Teachers Dignity Coalition say laptops remain their most needed gadget, not lapel mics or voice amplifiers. Days after Marcos' 2026 SONA, where he promised to provide helpful and innovative teaching aids, several schools posted on social media that they had received the lapel mics. The Department of Education clarifies the procurement processes for the two items are separate. But ACT reported that it received feedback from teachers that the lapel microphones were of poor quality with weak audio output. ACT adds some units have supposedly malfunctioned or stopped working after being used just once. The two teachers groups also hit the government for the insufficient number of laptops slated for distribution.
Your 2026 Mubadala DC Open champion, Eala.
Filipina tennis star Alex Eala captures her first ever WTA Tour crown after her win against world number 3 Jessica Pegula in the Washington Open. Eala and Pegula's game started on Monday, 12 midnight Manila time, but was stopped and postponed to Tuesday, August 4 due to heavy rain. Eala dominated the resumption as she cemented her place among the sport's rising stars by becoming the first Filipina to win a tour crown.
Thank you to all my supporters, especially the Filipino community here in DC and back home and wherever you are in the world. I feel all the love.
But the path to the crown was far from easy as she had to get past high-ranked players and the defending champion. Eala eliminated reigning Olympic and Asian Games champion Zhang Qinwen in the round of 32. She dethroned the defending champion Leila Fernandez in the round of 16. Eala then stunned world number 10 Elina Svitolina of Ukraine in the quarterfinals and dominated former world number 1 Naomi Osaka in the semifinals. The WTA Tour crown has propelled Eala to the world top 20 for the first time in her career. She climbed to number 20 in the updated WTA rankings released on Tuesday, August 4. And that's today's wrap. I'm JC Gotinga. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. For more updates, download the wRap.